So howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. As you can see from the title, I have not been having a good weekend working on the layout. A couple things that have happened, and it seems like Murphy has been jumping on my back consistently. You'll see that I had cut my backdrop down here, but you know, error number one is I cut it too narrow. I was like, okay, well, you know, that's not that big of a deal. I can always, you know, pull it up and screw it up there and have a little gap down there. No big deal, right? I can make scenery hide that, ground terrain or whatnot. Then I went, you know, based off of my, you know, if you remember, I was going to have this building here, shop building. I was going to set it on an angle here, and you can see my brown line where I had marked it out, and if you remember, I measured it out very carefully to get this track aligned with what's going on back behind and all that fun stuff. And I'd done all of this track work, you know, in this area for trucking company and this cross diamond and all that stuff. Well, I went, and you can see I cut the notch out to allow access back to the storage area, exactly where my line, you know, all the wonderful calculations I did. Well, as I was putting Christmas stuff away in the crawl space, I happened to glance down at the box here, and if you look at the dimensions on that, I don't want to cover it up, that number right there is 3 1/4. I freaked out because when I had done this, I had measured it at 3 inches. And so I was like, I jumped up, grabbed the box, drug it over here, pulled out the pieces, right? Both the front piece here and the side piece, taped them together and put it in place. Well, guess what? If I lined it up with that front, look what happened. And I was like, oh, well, no, it's, you know, well, yeah, I've got that thing pushed as far back as I can go. And it's still not centered over top of that track. And I was like, are you bloody kidding me? On top of that, it doesn't come as far back as I expected. So now I had cut my backdrop hole bigger than what I planned. So that's error number 3 here, right? So I got that error, this error of mismeasuring this, right? This, I cut this before verifying this. And then, you know, I went and said, okay, well, where does it have to be then? So I moved it to there. Well, guess what? The track work came right across, you know, basically clipping that corner. That wasn't going to work. So I ended up, you know, mocking this up, drawing a line. You know, you can see my new pencil lines here, right, of where it was going to be, and you can actually see the outline of where the turnout was, right? It was going to clip that corner and come across over here. I ended up having to rip up all of this track and relay it. 3 hours of my life redoing it, and I did it twice. And part of it was because I was trying to reuse that number 4 right-hand turnout here, and I tried swapping the Y turnout that was here over here, and the, you know, I had a spare left-hand turnout here, and I mean, I was just, you know, trying every which way. Even broke out the number 6 here to try to get this angle to work right. That wasn't working. I ended up having to dig into my stash and pull out a number 8 turnout to get that alignment to work just right. And I'll just come up over top of it so you can see it. That now works, and it's nice and smooth. And now we've got a building, if I set it in its proper place, and it's, you know, for the most part, it is, you know, this is not pushing back all the way, but you can get the general gist here of how this is going to look, right? Now it'll pass through without any problem. talking about stressful, definitely, I had honestly thought about recording part of this because of, you know, to show you guys how easy it is to pull up the track off the Homicide. But, you know, I'm glad I didn't do it because it would not have been a family-friendly episode, to say the least. And, you know, just for my own sanity here, I had to make sure that my clearance was right, and you can see that it does just clear the building there. So that's another good reason for the MRA gauge. So, and I think probably what I can do is I'll maybe extend this building a little bit somehow, kind of cover up that hole. I don't know, I may recut that backboard. I haven't decided. I've been so frustrated, you know. Literally, I spent 3+ hours, you know, doing all of that track work, trying to get it back in place and get it fixed, and so it works. I mean, and it does work. I mean, works very smoothly, you know. But man, what a frustrating day today has been. So I guess sometimes you just have to start again, right? And but the good news is it's in, it's working, it clears that building, the pass-through works. Now, like I said, I got to decide whether or not I'm gonna, you know, recut that backdrop, or whether I'm just gonna live with it and, you know, pull it up like I said, you know, just pull it up to there and mount it. So anyway, I guess you guys will see you in the next video. So I hope you had a lot more luck on your train layout, and we'll see you all get down the tracks.